Hello, hello, how is everyone? How is everyone tonight? I was going to do my hair. I haven't done a hair video in a while. So I thought tonight's a good day to do it. And I have not been this natural. I was just saying this to one of my friends on here earlier, that this is the most natural. Hello, how are you? This is the most natural. I've got the scrunchy cut of my hair. It's the most natural my hair has been in a really long time. And so I'm kind of like over it. So I'm getting that itch to do something crazy, but I just don't know what. And I had it up half the day. So hey, thanks for watching. I can't see who's on for some reason, as usual. So I thought today I just did like a quick blowout. Just get the water out and let my hair go curly. And we didn't have a lot of humidity today, so it's actually not too bad. But you know, this is not what I call, this is not hairdo material. You know, it's, hey, how are you? Hi. So I'm gonna brush through this, and then I'm gonna straighten it, and then kind of curl the ends a little bit. So, and I'm gonna use the Chi Essentials that Avon has done a collaboration with Chi, and you can get a lot of Chi products with us. So we also have the BioSilk. A lot of people love that BioSilk. The BioSilk, oh, I can't think of the name. It's a clear liquid. I'm drawing a blank right now, but the BioSilk, I don't have the catalog right in front of me. It's upstairs. This is what you do when you go on and come on the fly. But anyway, the BioSilk oil. It looks like an oil. You put it on when your hair is wet or dry. So we have that. And then we also have the repairing serum, which is in the collaboration line, the Chi Essentials. I'm going to be putting on the thermal protectant spray. And then we also have this from their main line. We also have this too. The Enviro 54 hairspray, which is anti-humidity, also thermal protectant. And we also have the styling cream gel. So what I'm doing is, I had let my hair go curly, but then it got too big. I mean, it got too big for me. So I ended up pulling half of it back. And so, since today's the day that I did my hair, I usually do my straightening and my straightening and curling, or sometimes just straightening. So I decided I'm brushing through the curls, and this part, of course, this is like, at this length, it's just like the right amount. But if it starts to get longer, it's when it starts to get crazy. So this I don't really have to do too much with. I actually did this with a brush earlier, and it was fine. Because I ended up pulling, like I said, I pulled half it back, and I was good. But if I want it to look good for the rest of the time, the next 2-3 days, I've got to, like, you know, because the thing is about my curls, it's neither here nor there. It's like not curly enough to be a nice curl when it's by itself curly, and it's not straight enough to go straight. So it's that in between. But in the summer, when there's a lot of humidity, I can put some, you know, slap a bunch of stuff on it and make the curl look nice. But the problem with winter is it's not enough humidity, and it's not hot enough, and yada 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 to actually have it be right. So I'm going to section some of this hair. I got my clips here. Section some of this, my flat irons. My flat irons here. Now, I don't have our Chi. I do have Chi flat irons too now. Available from my website, as well as the curl cup. I don't know if there's another name for it, but I call it the curl cup, where all you have to do is put your hair in the cup and it curls. We have those, and we have the Chi. Oh, hey, how are you? Thanks for joining. And we have the curl cups, and we have the blow dryers, travel dryers by Chi. So they're all professional grade. Hey, how are you? So anyway, so if some of you have known me when I've had other different colors and different. This is the most natural looking. I mean, I have a ton of gray here, ton of gray. It's almost coming in. Might have to do it again, but I have been giving my hair a rest because I wanted to get it longer. So I just been coloring it in the more natural realm. But I'm getting really bored. Some people knew me as much blonder. Some people knew me with funkier colors. I'm really bored with this. I'm getting kind of over it. But it's getting to be as long. My goal is to get it to here. And once I get it to here, and I don't know if I can hold out that long and to be this natural. Okay, so I'm spraying the thermal protectant spray. It's aloe vera, pomegranate, and hibiscus. And it's a light spray, and it's not a sticky hairspray. This is just a light, it's like a conditioning spray that you spray on your hair before you flat iron or use a curling iron and anything like that to help protect it. It doesn't like wet it down. It just slightly, and then it gets absorbed by the hair, and so it just protects it. So I'm just going over it with a flat iron, and then I'm gonna spray actual hairspray on to reinforce, so I can curl this. So I smooth the shaft part, and then I wrap it around, and then I have like a really pretty curl, you know. See, when people see my hair and it's all like that, they're like, "Oh, your hair's so great." It's like, no, I have to do a lot to make it look like that. That's not my hair, my natural state. And some of my friends who remember me in high school, the hours that it took for me to blow dry my hair, and then if it was a humid day, it would expand and get ruined. So, you know, it helps if I start out like this, and then the day that I do my hair, it usually lasts like 2 to 3, sometimes 4 days. Sometimes even 5. I'll stretch it out. So yeah, so let's put on a little bit more thermal protectant. So how's everybody doing tonight? What's happening? How is the weather where you are? It's really cold here, but we had that little snow yesterday, little rain and sleet and snow, but nothing too exciting. Nothing too exciting. I'm in the kitchen. I moved the selfie light. I'm using my original phone stand, which broke. It only has the little lever. The phone is hanging on by a wing and a prayer, by a wing liner, but it's hanging on just by the, for dear life. It's hanging on. It's hanging on, but it's there. The good one's upstairs by the makeup table as always, and then we have the new one, which is on the big stand. But I realized a while ago that if I put this one here on the new cabinets, it's like the perfect level to do my hair, and better lighting than upstairs, and better reception. So, oh, hi, honey. He just emerged. He's wearing that dad jacket again. You want to come in here? Just for a moment and say hi? I know, I didn't have enough outlets for the phone, and I didn't want to overload it, so you can come on and see, there he is. The dad jacket on top and the rebellious, angst-ridden hoodie underneath. Right? Right? When he wears that jacket, I say he looks like a dad that's been raking leaves. Alright, so I spray the ends, and I just turn it. And, yeah, so... So, anywho, what's been happening? Hadn't been in here in a few days. Now that I'm officially back, officially back on. So I thought it'd be good to come on and chat a little bit. What TV shows is everybody watching? Is everybody watching anything fun? Anything entertaining? It's so funny. A year ago, I was binge watching. Hey, Claudia, how are you? A year ago, I was binge watching Pretty Little Lies. Now I'm watching Pretty Little Liars. The ones about the middle-aged women in the clique, and then the Pretty Little Lies is about the middle-aged women in a clique, and then the Pretty Little Liars is about the teenagers in a clique. They're all pretty little lying going on. So, I was broken out, so then I did like a mask to kind of reduce the oil. Now I'm dry. Now I need to do a hydration mask. It's winter. Hydration. Hydration. There's a pretty curl. It's a pretty girl and a pretty curl. Oh, Miss Pippa. Miss Pippa, we had Chinese tonight. And Miss Pippa was, she's now taken to barking when she sees things that she wants. And she was barking. She was demanding. Putting her order in. Jumped up to sit at the table and everything. I was like, no. So crazy. This dog is so crazy. She is wild. And then she starts bringing toys over as like to bribe us. And she will do the, play catch and stuff. But a lot of it has to do with she brings us the toys thinking it's going to, oh yeah, that came out pretty, yeah. Brings us the toys thinking we're going to, that if she brings us a toy, we're going to give her some food. But that's not how it goes. She brings us a toy and we're like, oh, that's nice. That's nice, Pippa. You're not getting any. So, yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. Curl this up piece a little bit more. Alright, you can totally see. You see how nice and smooth this is, and see how like frizzy. It's a frizz that I can't stand. I mean, I used to always have curly perms and just wear my hair curly, but back then my hair was a different texture. It's a nicer texture. So I have to create the texture I want. The hair really changed after 45, I think. That's when it started to change. Now I'm almost like, I feel like I'm one of those older ladies with the roller sets, When I do my hair 3 or 4, I have to do it a certain kind of way and have it last. Because on my own, it's a mess. Okay, so we take some of this. I just have a system, so it's like I do one section, then like now this is the whole rest of that side, and then I have that. So I'll do that side first. The clips really help like this. I love these kind of clips, but even like those jaw ones are good too. There we go. And I see so many people who are wearing their hair natural now that used to always straighten their hair, a lot of celebrities, and that their hair looks fantastic, but a lot of it has to do with their hair texture. And, you always make sure you gotta brush the tangles a little bit. And people think, oh, you can just brush it. You can't brush curly hair. If you brush curly hair, it's gonna look even frizzier, But if you brush it right before you're going to straighten it, that's what you need to do that. Or sometimes right before color. You're going to do color or highlight. Sometimes if you have really curly hair, the hairstylist has to brush through it to be able to, see where to put the color on and the foils and all that. So, I'll just take... So it's almost like 1, 2, 3 sections. And, you can see all the stuff on my fridge. I've got a whole lot. I have a collection of postcards and magnets from places I travel. It's very tacky tourist of me, but it's great to look at them and see. And then I have my friend in England who, not this year, but last year, and we're so glad we did it last year, because who knew, how crazy things were going to be in terms of the post office and all that. But we did it last year. We did a gift exchange, and she sent me things from London, and I sent her things from DC, and we both sent each other like magnets from, where we live, and gifts and little. She sent me a lot of cute little cards and fun little things that were British, and I sent her things that were like about DC and stuff, things that had like the monuments on them and that kind of stuff. So my brother was actually married on the lawn of the Jefferson Memorial. You can rent it out. You can actually rent it out and have it was the early 90s. I don't know if you can still do it, but that you could back then, 91. And it was his, now ex-wife. It was his fiance's idea. And it was great, it's like very Washington. You could see planes coming in, the Potomac River there. You could see other monuments around. It was a really fabulous, maybe, 50 people, and they had white chairs set up and the whole bit. Hard to believe that was 30 years ago. Time flies, I'm with somebody different. He was probably with somebody different. Well, he's definitely with somebody different now, but I mean, they're not together anymore, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but I know I'm with somebody different now. It's funny, I can be kind of in a draggy kind of a mood, and I come on here and just crack myself up. It's pretty crazy, how things go. We don't know. When you're going to a wedding and with a boyfriend and they're getting married, and you don't know 30 years down the road what curveballs the world and life's gonna throw at you, or even 20 years later or 15 years later. You have no idea. You gotta. It's a miracle if people can stay together through a lot of things. And even in the best of times, in the best of situations sometimes. And not everybody has the same end goals, or you think you do, but anywho, so and this little spray that little piece. The thing I like about the Chi hairspray is also it's not sticky. It's just a nice working spray. It gives a nice hold. It doesn't have like it's not too sticky, but it holds in a nice. Look at it, see, isn't that pretty? Very girl on the go. This is the part of my old bangs that I'm growing out. You just kind of smooth that piece a little bit. There we go. Maybe make that just a tad straighter. Tad straighter! So it just blends in like that, Okay. Alrighty. Now for this side. This is, no matter where I have so much hair that if I part my hair from one side to the next, if I part my hair from here and all this is over there, there's so much hair over here. And if I do it over here, there's so much hair over here. But my hair actually is, so many people used to always be like, oh my God, if they were coloring my hair or putting foils in my hair, they would be like exhausted. Halfway through, they'd be like, oh my God, it just goes on and on and on. And my hair is actually like, what I would say, just kind of it's thick, but it's like a normal amount of thick. It's not the crazy amount of thick that I had before. But my whole family, we have very thick. We hang on to our hair a long time, so We're blessed in that way. We don't have a lot of other things. We don't have long legs. Some people have that long leg, long torso, that long neck. What neck? What neck? I buy earrings that are like this long. They touch my shoulders. What neck? You know, we do have nice hair. My family, we do have nice hair. We don't have long legs. We don't have long torsos. We have short arms. We have no neck. My mom was, what, 5'4" at her 5'3", but then in heels, you know. So she was able to model back then, you know, 60s, 50s, 60s, a little bit in the 70s. But it was just local, you know, it was local. So, but back then you could still be, you know, you could be size 8, but you could still be curvy, you know. But back then a size 8 was, well, probably what like a 4 is now. But yeah, so, but we all, you know, we all have a thick head of hair. Alright, I sprayed this already with the, I'll spray a little bit more with the thermal protectant. The green spray. Things are very natural. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Just doing my hair. Doing my hair. And then she working spray. Working spray. Working spray. Now, because this is the top layer, I don't want this to be as much of a curl. I want it to be more of a bend. I'll just kind of bend the ends like that. So that way it sits on top. If you know what I mean. If that makes any sense. I get a little bit, wait, there's some of this back here. You can see some of that top layer frizz. That top layer frizz right there. See right there, that boom boom. The goal is to smooth that out so that I don't look like I just did the front and forgot about the back. You don't want to have that look. That's when, I mean, granted, not all of us we're not even going to food courts anymore. If you're being smart, you're not going out, you're not hanging out, you know, the food courts aren't even letting people sit down. But there used to be a time where I would walk around the food court and be like, oh my god, you can so tell. She did the front of her hair and she got it around the back. They were great for people watching. I'm like, honey, need to fix that hair. Need to fix it. Okay, a little bit more of the working spray. Working spray. I'm going to show my Maryland accent. Working spray. Got a Maryland accent. Was it last year? No, a year and a half ago now. When I met, I would call him a famous person from a TV show. And he was here doing a talk. And he said, I did not know that he saw me on here. And he goes, boy, you came a long way. And he was here doing a talk. And I said, no, I live here. This is my hometown. And he's like, oh, I thought you were from New Orleans. I was like, well, the funny thing is when I meet a fellow Marylander, I think they're from the South too. And I'll be like, are you from the South? They'll be like, no, honey, I'm from here. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. You're a townie. You're from here too. I grew up here, honey. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of us who are from here, who grew up here when it was more of a southern. People had more of a southern mix with an unusual kind of like an Eastern Shore kind of thing, where we talk about, like you say, like people from Baltimore have more of that, where it's like hon, have some crabs, hon. Oh yeah, here we go. I'll show you. I got my spices right here. You know you're a Maryland girl when you got your big can of Old Bay. Okay? You put some Old Bay on it, hon. Put some Old Bay on it, hon. That's when you know you're from. It's like, I grew up eating Old Bay. I just like, it's just part of, like, it's part of life. Put some Old Bay on it, hon. Put some Old Bay on it, hon. Let's smooth that a little bit more. So what's everybody watching these days? Anything exciting? It's just been, I found this really great thing on YouTube. I'm putting more of the thermal protectant spray on. I found this great talk show on YouTube. This guy who used to work in the PR department of soaps. Used to work on the PR department of soaps. And he's interviewing all these different soap actors and talking about, like, you know, what they're working on now, and ones that are on current ones, or ones that used to be on soaps that were canceled, and all that kind of stuff, different storylines, and it's really great. And it's a really fun thing to watch and listen to when you're, like, doing dishes, cleaning, because they're just talking, you know. You get to see what they look like. And, of course, you know, there's some characters, beloved soap characters. Let me tell you, I saw those people, it was almost like seeing my parents come alive. Because I saw those people, they were like father figures or mother figures on that soap. And you saw them every day, and you knew they always gave good advice on the show. And it was like the beginning of COVID is when this guy started doing this talk show. And literally, when I saw the guy who played Don Hastings, the guy who played Dr. Bob on As the World Turns, it was like, it was the next best thing to seeing my dad come up. It was so wonderful. It was just like so heartwarming. All right, now I'm just putting cheeky spray on the ends to protect. It was wonderful. And if anyone's watching, or who may watch later, who is an As the World Turns fan, who knows what I'm talking about Dr. Bob. Dr. Bob is such a, just a kind, and he is funny in real life, and just, of course, you know, he's getting up there, but you know, you want to put, just like Betty White, you want to put a guardrail around him and rally around. You see? Look at the hairdo. Hairdo coming together. Hairdo coming together. See? You wouldn't believe when it looks like that big fried mess that I'm able to get it there. But I do. I do. Okay. Now this is the big section. My crown section. And eventually some of this is going to go back there. So, what I do is, but it's too much to straighten all this one section, okay? So I divide it in half, throw this over here, put more of the protectant, thermal protectant with the hibiscus and the aloe vera. Hibiscus, aloe vera, and pomegranate. It's wonderful. Start from down here. Go through. Almost all the way, but I'm not, because I'm going to curl it. I don't go too much on that part because I know I'm going to curl it. And then I just take it with this and I bend. And there you go. I just have this little section to do. But I'm itching to figure out what I'm going to do next. It's hard because I've been all the way at the top end of the color wheel. I've been bleach, platinum blonde, which I now have a wig that when I'm in the mood to wear that, to be that blonde, because that takes a lot out of your hair, I just throw that wig on, you know, and it's almost like this style. A little longer. That's actually, I have two wigs that I put together. And I just kind of comb through it here. And this, of course, I split up. It's almost too thick. You have to do smaller sections. That's the key. It takes more time, but you have to do smaller section. And I'm pressing. I'm actually squeezing. And then I put a little of this. That hairspray is a trick. It's a hairdresser trick. Not everybody knows to do that. Even if you spray this on, it always helps to do that extra step with the ends. And many people will just spray it on the whole head. It's not enough. You need to do section by section while you're doing it. And here is that last little bit. Because I've been throwing it over this way, I'm going to do it in the direction of how I threw it over. So that way I get the extra lift that way. And there is some of this that I want. There. Okay. The cheese spray. Now if anybody has any questions about what I'm doing and what I'm using or how I'm doing it, or if you want to order. I did not put my link in because I couldn't lean onto the phone because of the stand that I have right now. It's rather precarious. But I will. My link's at the top in my bio, for one thing. And I will put it in the comments after I'm done. If you want to just go to my website and buy. We have this in a full size. It's way taller than this. This is the sample size that came with that kit. That was like a free gift with purchase with something. So, now we're throwing it over. Put this down. Throwing it over. Now there's one little section here. Yep. Okay. This needs to be a little bit more smooth right in here. I like it to look like glass. Sometimes you can just do it and go, okay, it's good enough. But I don't want to do it and have it be. If you're going to take the time to do it, you do it. You get it right. Get it right the first time. All right, now we have our serum. Okay, we have the serum. A lot of people are like, what is a hair serum for? The thing is, I'm going to take about, first I'll take about this much, okay? And that's a lot for if you have fine hair. Do half about as much as if you have fine hair. You work it through your hands and everything that you curled and smooth out. Now, because my hair is on the drier side, I go from here on down. This is all nice and shiny and smooth, so I don't have to add a lot. But I add a lot down here. And this is how it's kind of like just brushing through it with my hands, with the stuff on my hands. And then, see how it separates it? Now tomorrow, if I wake up and then I hadn't, it'll still be pretty good, but what I'll do is I'll brush through it, just to brush the tangles out, and then I'll use a little bit of these drops to just and just brush it in the same direction, and then use these drops and put this do the same what I just did, and put it through all the shiny parts where I want it to be shiny, all the places that are a little out of whack, and add it to the ends, and then fluff up the bottom, and then I'm good to go, But that's how I keep the blow dry. Now, because my hair is thick, I don't have to do a lot of dry shampoo. There are a lot of people, if they have fine hair, they'll tease and use dry shampoo so that their blowout will stay puffed up like this throughout the course of a blowout, from the day 1 to day 4 to 5 or whatever. I'm gonna just spray this, get all those little flyaway ends. Now you can see where my roots are coming in. Now you could tease this too, if you wanted to. But that's how people are like, you know, how do you get your hair to be so smooth? You know, that's it. And I just put in a little, then I put in the spray when I'm all done. I get everything where I want it to go. And there we go. Just that quick and easy. Wow, it's easy and quick for me because compared to what I used to do, when I used to do it in many more sections and many more smaller pieces for smaller curls, it would take so much longer. I'm just going to add a little more serum, just like a size of a pea, just to work it through this. And it's finally getting longer. It's finally getting longer. And my goal, like I said, my goal was to get it down here and to get these to about here, and then I'll be happy. Then I'll be happy, and then get the color of the way where I want it to be. But it takes time. You know, if you're growing out from a short layered haircut, or you're growing out from a bob or a layered bob, or, you know, I had above shoulder or shoulder length hair for a long time with a lot of layers. And that, you know, that takes a lot of time to grow those short layers to longer layers and then have everything grow and stay healthy and color your hair every month to cover up the gray, you know. And have highlights or anything else, you know. So, drab to fab. And so, like I said, you can see it's not like it's sticky. I can still run my hands through my hair. I can still... but by using everything is still like very natural hold, but it helps to be able to have all these products in there to get it to work, you know. I just turn my light, unplug my lights. Unplug it back in. I thought I was unplugging the flat iron. Adventures of live Facebook. Oh, it's a wrong shade. Oh. There we go. There. All right. So what did we do? Okay. Did the thermal protectant spray, which is usually in a much bigger spray bottle. Same thing with the serum. Serum is usually in a much bigger bottle. That's a repairing serum. Chi Enviro hairspray. These are all available on my website. There's also, I wasn't using the Chi flat iron because I have this, this is what I bought a long time ago, but we do have Chi flat irons now available on my website. I'm doing a special giveaway, okay? For everybody that has bought them since they came out, I have been doing a free gift with purchase. It's not with the company, it's with me. If I see that you bought the flat iron, and sometimes I might not be able to check because I have to look it up at a special place to see what people buy. I get the message, I get an email from the company saying that people bought, oh, this person bought this amount of dollars and this person bought from your website. But I have to do a lot of jumping through a lot of hoops in my back office to be able to see who actually bought what. So, you know, it's something I wish they would change, but whatever. If you're interested, because it's black with gold, it looks like the traditional Chi flat iron. If you're interested, I think they're like $99. But for the flat iron, for that special curling, curling cup or whatever it's, thermal curler, whatever, the lava curler, that's what it's called. That and that professional travel dryer by Chi, all by Chi. They're all over $100. For anyone who buys that, I'm giving a big set of free makeup brushes as a free gift from me as a gift with purchase. So, to me, that's a nice thank you. And it's the same thing with any of the higher end items on my website. I give a specialty free gift with those purchases from me, because I feel like it's a thank you for buying one of the luxury items, it's because we now have some luxury skincare that is in the higher price point. We still have lots of affordable things. Avon still has tons of great things that are affordable, mid-range, and now they've added the high end. but because you know, you're my customers, I want to treat you guys, you all like gold to me. So, so it's a special gift with purchase. It's a, you know, a full makeup brush set. So I think it's a lot of fun. You can have fun with it, especially if you've been buying palettes and doing stuff. I have been, my plan is, now that I know that this setup will work down here with a good light, I want to be showing you some of our cleaning stuff, like the Cucina wipes. Like right now, there's like a sticky film on our new cabinet, or new countertop from the hairspray. I'm going to use that Cucina wipe, and it's going to take it away. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to use the wipes on, like, you know, well, I've just cleaned everything. I cleaned the microwave, so I doesn't need, but I want to demo those Cucina wipes because they're so easy. They smell so great. Pomegranate scent, you know, and it's nice to have your kitchen smell great. I've been using the bubble bath one to wash dishes with, and the whole kitchen smells like vanilla. It's fantastic. And because I'm not a citrus person, so a lot of times, or the green, those green dishwashing liquids. No, Madge, I'm not. I don't want to be soaking in it. You know? All that palm olive and all that. I'm not into that green. I'm not into that green smell. So it's wonderful to have my kitchen smell like vanilla and pomegranate and fruits and tropical and coconut and fabulous things. So so yeah, but you can choose 9 different scents, 9 different fragrances of our bubble bath. So if you choose, you have one that has an ocean scent. You can have, so watch that video, have that video of all my multiple uses of the bubble bath, and doing the dishes with, you know, a couple capfuls in a big container. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. You save so much money. And you're not buying as much plastic. It's saving the environment. Your carbon footprint. Your carbon footprint. Well, we all want to work on our carbon footprint. I always feel like Bigfoot. I feel like when they say carbon footprint, I think of Bigfoot. But you know, we always, you know, you want to save the environment. We want to save the plastic, you know. So, you know, we got to be mindful of that. In 2021, we might be mindful of a lot of things. So anyway, thanks so much for your support always. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the purchases. There's been so many. It's just been wonderful, and I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. I hope everybody's safe and healthy. I hope you have a great rest of the week. I'm not sure when I'll be bopping in. I've got a really crazy week this week, but I'm thinking about you guys, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.